the second part of our today lecture. We are discussing the objectives. It is the as we began with the beginning. So this is the second move, the second step, the second milestone when you are creating a mission statement. So thank you again that I will have to record just the second part. It is anyway better than to remake everything. So, when having created the mission statement, we have to transform it into some results of the company. So, and one more thing I would like to add, that we can say a lot of synonyms. We can say purpose, goal, in some situations target, but in management usually in all the literature it is used the word objective, but generally can we feel some difference between goal and purpose and objective in usual life? Almost not, but in strategic management it's just like more common to say objective. So generally objective, what is objective? Objective is some result which must be attained by some time. I'd like to stress that there are differences between objectives and tasks, I mean in terms. In usual life it is completely the same objectives and tasks, but in management objective is a result and task is an activity to be done to attain the objective. So I decided to put this picture here. So this is an objective and some tasks must be prepared, must be performed to attain this objective. And speaking a little bit forward, your next task, the third task, will be to create 3 objectives for your company and to support every objective with the help of at least 2 tasks, 2 activities. So generally, if managers are not transforming the mission into some results, the mission statement becomes like only the nice words and that's all. So it must be transformed somehow. So the objectives, when we are formulating the objectives, we have to keep the very important rules. And with the help of other words, we have to follow the requirements to objectives. Any objective must have some figures within it, some numbers. It must be measurable, and it must have deadline. Because if you say just that your target, your objective is just to decrease costs, your manager can say, okay, the costs are decreased, and you can say, okay, it was decreased just by 1,000 hryvnia, and that's all. Are you kidding at me? And the manager can say, okay, I'm sorry, but you haven't mentioned the how much we must have this decrease. So, and the same situation with deadline. If you say just we'd like to decrease the costs in I don't know, okay, sorry, by 10%, and if you do not mention the date, your subordinates can say, okay, so we thought that it is the objective for the next 10 years, maybe something like that. And you wanted to attain this objective just within 1 month, for example. And generally, this is the third important information, which I told you, that we must follow the SMART rule for objective. Why SMART rule? Because of it is like acronym from the first letters, word specific, measurable, attainable or achievable, relevant or related, and time bound. Any objective must be specific. Specific means that everybody in your company must understand it. So it must be clear. Next, measurable. Any objective must be measurable. It means that it must be some numbers inbuilt in every objective. Attainable. Everybody must be sure that theoretically it is completely possible to attain the objective. Please think about yourself. If you are sure that it's not possible to achieve some result, would you work? No. You will understand maybe that you will be punished anyway if you don't feel that theoretically it is possible to attain this objective. So you will do nothing. Actually, it is a piece of motivating theory. We will speak about it later when we discuss the motivation function of the management, but for now, any objective must be attainable or achievable. Then, any objective must be relevant to the strategy. For example, if, okay, during the first lecture we spoke about students' coffee, so can we set an objective that our objective is to provide 3 more delicious meals, dishes to our menu, to increase our menu with 3 delicious meals? No, because actually our mission is to support the educational process within HPE with the help, okay, not with the help, sorry, by providing rather cheap and rather fast service for the students. So this objective is not relevant to the strategy. And the last time bound, it means that any objective must have deadline. Objectives must be formulated at all the organizational level. From our previous course, you remember that any strategy has, any company has 3: business, functional, and operational strategy. And if the company is a diversified company, it has the 4th level. So the objectives must be formulated at all levels. And every objective must be supported by the set of tasks. If your subordinate is rather smart not to be supported by you, you can just set the objective and that's all. But better it is to support with some tasks. And we will try in your next, in the third task, to try this technology, and your task will be to create 3 objectives and support every objectives by 2 tasks. So please follow the next template. To reduce production cost by 4% from, okay, it is my mistake, I should have add from this to this annually within some period of time. And to support this objective, you have to complete 2 tasks: to use modern power saving technologies and to use, for example, energy saving lamps for within an office. Dear students, I'm stressing a very important thing. Please, when you are creating objectives, please follow the template. Please do not mention only percent. Sometimes it is possible, but sometimes it is not possible, and I will show you with the help of next screen. But now I'm stressing that please, you have to follow the presented template. Costs by some percent from some points to some, okay, here is in hryvnias, some volume in hryvnias. Why it is your obligation? Because some students do not understand that some objectives cannot be measured directly. For example, can we say that can we set the objective that our objective is to increase customers' satisfaction by 5% by 2021? No, completely not possible, because we do not know how to measure customer satisfaction. We can measure it with the help of some indirect indicators. For example, the number of complaints. So generally we can formulate this objective in the following way: to increase customer satisfaction, but then we have to decrease number of complaints by 5% from 100 per month to 95 per month by 2021. So please avoid just mentioning just percent, and that's all. And the third task is to to set 3 objectives and to support every objective by at least 2 tasks. And speaking a little bit forward, we will discuss it a little bit later, but here the number of complaints is key performance indicator for some objective, but we will discuss a little bit later. Sorry. Dear students, any questions regarding task number 3 and regarding objectives? No. Okay, many thanks for those who took part in my discussion. I wrote your surnames and you will see the bonus points. Okay, I will stop recording.